Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Good to have you along, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Brent Apperson, the kind neighbor that walked across the street because he saw his neighbor out working in the yard just to see if he could help.
That was nice.
Just walked over, didn't have to do it, but saw his neighbor outside and said, just going to walk over there and see if they need any help.
You know what, Brent? It's a step in the right direction. If you want to be a part of the neighborhood, that's kind of the way we roll in that part of the neighborhood. Right. So I'm glad you'd made that first step.
Yeah.
We try to help each other out, whether we're asked or not, and it was nice of you to come over this past Saturday. Appreciate it very much.
You're very welcome. Thanks.
Also, on Saturday, I was visiting yesterday with some folks, and the Taylor Mason Show, which was at the Berean Church, a fundraiser for their preschool there. I guess it was packed.
Well, that's good.
Super packed, full house, and a great show. So congratulations to the folks who put that on, and a special thank you to Stephanie and James Klang, who kind of got the old idea bank working, and next thing you know, they had the show coming in, and huge success.
Good.
So good show. I thought about dropping by there to see the show. I'd like to. I don't know about you, but right now, and we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
With Dr. Lindstrom and the folks at the hospital. When you have these days, you have a head cold and you wonder, should I go somewhere and pass this along? Or what is this? I'm not sure. I'm not feeling that hot.
And you don't necessarily feel bad.
No, but you're going, well, I could be a carrier. I don't know. Go and get together with 350 people and not feeling good and spreading it around. That's a tough decision these days.
Yes, it is.
That's not easy for everybody out there. Feel a little bit under the weather, and you're wondering, well, is it the start of something? Is it just getting over? Is it going to be here a while? Is it just a cold? Is it a flu A, flu B, COVID which 1, 2, 3? It's nutty, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I thought yesterday I thought you asked the best question yesterday, Brent, in that interview with the folks from the hospital. Is how do you know? What to do?
Exactly. How do you judge your symptoms? Because just like the doctor said, a person gets a cold or some viral thing, it's 2 weeks at least.
Yeah, 14 days,
right?
She said, yeah.
And so, tough. Those have always kind of been tough questions, but now with the COVID situation, it becomes, those decisions become tougher to make.
I think we thought about it differently before all of this 2-year fiasco we've been in.
Yeah.
Is that when you had a head cold or you weren't feeling too hot, you thought to yourself, I feel good enough to go.
Yes.
I think I want
as long as I don't have a fever.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I feel good enough to go, and I'd like to see that or go do that and be together with these people or those people. And now we have to think about it differently. Mm-hmm. I feel good enough to go, but should I go? and give whatever I have to somebody else because I don't know what it is?
Yeah, I don't know. Tough questions.
Nuts.
The world in which we live.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the president yesterday got caught cussing on off the air.
I did not hear this. I sure wish I could have. But
what's going on? Every president that we've had has gotten caught with a hot mic off the air. Ronald Reagan all the way through.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you work in this business, you feel for people who get caught with their mic on and they didn't know it.
Yeah,
because, that will burn you quicker than anything.
I don't know. I don't feel that bad for President Biden. He just picks up the phone, calls the guy who he just called a naughty name and said, it was nothing personal, pal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's all you got to do now.
I think the one that really sticks in my mind was Ronald Reagan when he did a Saturday morning radio show. I don't know if every Saturday for a number of years.
I kind of remember this now that you talk about it.
I think some other presidents have done that. I think Obama did that for a while, but President Reagan he was just fooling around and didn't know the mic was hot, and he kind of went through the situation that there was a nuclear attack.
Oh, yeah?
And that went over the air. And, you know, it was kind of startling that, you know, the president was fooling around, joking around about nuclear attack. But on the other hand, he didn't know he was on, and he was just, you know, being a jokester.
Yep.
Could have been bad.
Yes.
Hot mics. We're scared of hot mics.
Yes, we are.
Matter of fact,
there's nothing that will put fear into a radio announcer more than a microphone that's on that you thought was off.
And then, after it's over with, you go, what did I say?
Oh, exactly. And you don't just spend 5 minutes thinking about that. You'll spend the next week at least
weeks
wondering, what did I say?
Geez, I hope I didn't say anything that I... Well, here's the lesson, and we know it. And it's not just with hot mics. It's being overheard in a conversation from the room. And you're going, I shouldn't have been saying that anyway. No. If it wasn't nice, or it was judgmental, or it was critical, you're going... Oh.
Now you ever do this? I do this a lot, and I shouldn't. But how many conversations have I started with, I know I shouldn't say this, but...
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway.
I got to thinking about that the other day, and I'm like, okay, Brent, if you need to start a conversation with that phrase, you probably shouldn't say it to begin with.
That is true. And everybody out there shaking their head going, yeah, been there, done that, and unfortunately might do it again.
Yeah.
You know, we're humans after all. We're a long ways from being even close to perfect. But anyway, school lunch menus. Let's jump in here and see what's up for lunch today. At the Loop City Public Schools, today it's Italian Dunker or Flying Saucers.
Broken Bow today. Loaded hash browns with dinner roll, popcorn chicken bites, with dinner roll, fresh baked turkey and cheese sub, or fajita salad with tortilla chips. The menu today for Broken Bow Middle and High School.
At Ansley today, tacos, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Callaway today, pepperoni cheese sticks on the menu at Callaway.
All right. Anselmo Myrna, featuring loaded hash browns with dinner roll, popcorn chicken bites with dinner roll, Asian salad with roasted flatbread, candied carrots, fruit and veggie bar, and milk.
Arnold today, Sloppy Joe's at Arnold today.
Did you see all the eggs Catherine brought us?
I did, yes.
My goodness, Catherine.
The Amperson family says thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Took a dozen home.
Good. Yeah, those are nice farm fresh eggs. Ooh, thank you, Catherine. Thedford today, they're having baked potato bar.
Sandhills Public School in Dunning today, looks like walking tacos with toppings and peanut butter bars at Sandhills.
At Sumner, Eddyville, Miller today, it's meatball subs, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Sargent today, taco salad with lettuce, salsa, and cheese, corn, strawberry cake or fruit cup with milk and salad bar at Sargent today.
How many radio stations do you suppose across the country these days, with all the corporate mergers and all the things that are going on in the broadcast industry, get to say on a morning show, did you check out those eggs that Catherine brought in from the farm?
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. But you know what? I don't care. We get to, and we're thankful.
Thank you very much. All right. We're going to play the game. It's Tumbleweed Day today. And let's talk about the tumbleweed real quick, if you don't mind. Folks, I know you already, you've been to the tumbleweed if you've lived here any time at all, because it's just a place you go to sit down, a cafe, a restaurant where you walk in and you sit down and you're waited on and they bring you water and coffee and whatever you order. And you go up and pay and you have a chat with the people next to you, and it's kind of what we're just talking about. It's kind of like farm fresh eggs. They are a homegrown business that's been around for many, many years, and they feature home-style cooked foods. And they'd love to have you stop by. If you haven't been, You can do that anytime, 7 days a week. It's out on East Highway 2, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Carmen and the crew ready for you. And they've changed things up a little bit. They've modernized because of different situations. They now offer drive-through. You can pick up your food, order it ahead. They also have a digital card you can use, and you can do that. You can stop in and sit down and have a cup of coffee if you want. It's that simple. But they have a room also that you can hold parties in, have business meetings in, wedding receptions, all sorts of things that you want to gather people. And the nice thing there is if you like, Carmen will cook up something for you and they'll bring it in right there in the party room. Yeah, so check that out as well. Don't forget about the buffet on Sunday. Carmen would love to have you stop by and enjoy that wonderful buffet that people enjoy on Sunday mornings. And they do a little, I think sometimes they even cook up things for special events. So talk to Carmen about food. She loves to talk about food for you at the Tumbleweed Cafe, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
All right. We're asking questions about classic songs, classic rock songs from the year 1972. So go there in your mind. All right, 1972. When Cat Stevens recorded this version of a well-known Christian hymn for inclusion on his Teaser and the Firecat album, it probably never dawned, that's your hint,
You mean
on
like
him,
in the morning?
yes, that it would become such a big hit, but it did. Name the song. Is it Father and Son, Wild World, Morning Has Broken, or Silent Sunlight? If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801. Eat at the restaurant where everything is right. The food, the service, the atmosphere, and the price. At the Tumbleweed Cafe, they look forward to serving you. Their menu is filled with home-cooked meals you're sure to enjoy. When your plate is clear, don't forget to choose one of their delicious desserts. You'll enjoy the many things that make Tumbleweed the favorite dining spot of so many folks. Whether passing through or setting a destination, enjoy your next meal at the Tumbleweed Cafe, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
We have RP on the line. Good morning, RP. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing really, really well. How's things out on the ranch?
Oh, all right. We're getting along pretty good. Enjoy the warm days, and we're getting through the cold days. So,
kind of an extreme at sometimes, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Your flashback. I'd been trimming a horse a while back, and I'd stood up a little quick and got a little bit dizzy, and my mind just kind of flashed back to when I was 12 years old, and I couldn't think what was going on. All I was trying to do was figure out what little Richard Nixon and Charlie Rich had in common.
Yeah.
And all I could come up with was, no one knows what goes on behind closed doors.
There you go. That would be good. Oh, RP, you're the best. Well, RP, what do you think? What is the Cat Stevens song that we're talking about? Is it Father?
That was Morning is Broken.
Yeah, you got it. It's Morning is Broken. And because you've answered correctly, I have a feeling you've been to the Tumbleweed a time or two, haven't you?
I have a lot of time on this same deal, but I go sometimes without a certificate. So
All
yeah,
right.
They're great out there.
Well, this time you can take your certificate. We got one here waiting for you, so just come on out and see us.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thanks,
RP. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. 7:45 is the time. I'm going to see if I can pull up the Rooski here.
Oh?
Morning. I have a CD behind me. I can't find it. So
Okay.
Would you mind asking her to do us a favor? That's such a beautiful song.
Okay. Alexa, good morning.
A very wonderful morning to you.
Oh, just look how kind she is. Alexa, play Morning Has Broken by Cat Stevens.
Morning Has Broken. Remastered 2021 by Yusuf.
locations. We're going to cover all of the Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference basketball games for you tonight. It'll be the girls' second round, so this is the way we'll do it. There will be games in Myrna and Arnold. We'll go to Myrna, and we'll do the games there beginning at 5:30, and you'll be able to listen to those on KCNI 96.3 FM, and we'll also do a live video stream of those games as well. We understand that the range that KCNI radio goes out is limited, so because of that, we're going to do our live video stream of games from Myrna for you tonight, which you can access on the KCNI KBBN YouTube page and on the Sandhills Express Facebook page. So the games in Myrna tonight will be on KCNI and on the video stream. And then I'm going to go to Arnold, and we'll have the games there, beginning with Mullen and Twin Loop, followed by South Loop against Hyannis, I believe. And we will do those games for you on the radio on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And those will also start at 5:30 tonight. So that'll be what we have on the air for you tonight. Full second-round coverage of the girls' Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference basketball tournament.
Whew. That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
All right, get ready, folks. It's all there for you on your Husker and High School Sports Connection. Logan is here from Arrow Seed. Logan Gerardin, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Good morning, guys.
Good morning to you. I like your beard. Looks nice.
Thanks. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Boy, he's quick,
Yeah,
isn't he? Man, just sharp as a tack.
Folks, you'd think maybe we agreed before we had him come in that would be the open, that I would say, you have a nice beard, and you'd come back with the one-liner, but not so.
No, that
planned.
was not scripted.
No.
It's
No. I was going to tell you guys one. I don't know if I did. I don't remember, but did I tell you guys the one about the chiropractor?
I don't think so. Maybe way back.
It was about
you
a
did.
week back.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to take your punchline. Oh, man.
So,
all right.
I like a week back, though. I
Yeah.
just got that week back.
He just got it.
I got the back part, but then the week.
Okay.
Now I get it. Yeah, a week back. Yeah.
All righty then. How's things at Arrow Seed?
things are good at Arrowseed.
What's going on at Arrow Seed right now?
We're starting to get calls for garden seed
Already? People are itching to go.
Yep.
Now, is some of that because they're concerned if they don't get the order in now, they may not get it?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yep. I think there's going to be some stuff that's difficult to get. A lot of the ag side of things, there was some really tight supplies, not COVID related, but growing condition related.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a big drought over the majority of the United States was not optimal growing season for anything.
Yeah.
So I think some of the garden seed stuff is going to be the same way.
So people are already calling saying, I want to reserve, or how are you working that?
We're telling them to let us know what they want, and I'll try to get it ordered. I haven't placed my garden seed order yet.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just got prices on stuff a week or so ago.
Okay.
So if you've got something you're thinking you are going to need, give us a call and we can see if it's available. And it might be something that we regularly order.
Okay.
You know, it just depends.
All right.
So,
well, yeah, get ready. We
Yes.
want to have gardens, so let's be prompt.
exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So,
Now, I know you have some notes. Also, you've got a big event coming up. You want to highlight that?
we do. Yep. Our soil health conference, that's coming up in February. And that's basically, I talked about it last week, but it's going to be a lineup of speakers, both local producers and on a national spotlight, some NRCS folks going over cover crops and how to utilize them through grazing. You know, anytime you can benefit the soil, but also benefit your cattle herd, it's going to be beneficial.
It will be double.
So,
Yeah. Okay. And there's meals involved in that. So
yes, so we need registration. If you go to arrowseed.com, you can register online, so we can have food for you.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, so what else do you have for us on your notepad this morning?
Well, something I don't normally talk about is the tanks that Aeroseed sells, livestock tanks.
Really?
Yes.
Now, that is something we haven't talked about, I don't think, ever, have we?
I might have mentioned it a couple of times a while ago, but I haven't ever actually talked about them. So we do carry Miraco waters. So those would be the polyurethane tanks. So they're the ball water, so they've got balls on them that the animals will push down, get a drink, and then those balls plug the hole back up. Cool thing about those is they don't freeze on you.
Don't have to bust ice.
Don't have to bust ice.
Okay.
And they are automatic waterers, so they've got a float and a valve system in there. So when they're full, it shuts off. When the animals drink, it refills. But they're really, really durable. So they're like a roto-molded cooler.
Wow. Okay.
Like material-wise.
Okay.
So they're built to last. They're going to take the abuse from the animals and not break, not crack. If you run into them with a skid steer or a tractor, that might be a different story.
Yeah.
But just everyday abuse from livestock, they're gonna hold up. They're not gonna rust. They're not gonna corrode. They're virtually maintenance free.
I would think too. Tell me if I'm kooky here, but that type of a system, good fresh water every time for the animal. It's going to be sitting there. They're getting a drink like we do out of a faucet.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. So we've got a couple different sizes of the ball. They're called the ball waterer, just because that's the closure system on the openings. We've got the 4-hole tank, which is 70 gallons. So it's not huge, but it'll still service about 200 head.
Wow.
So,
okay.
It's a kind of, I'd call it an in-between size.
Yeah, but it's not for a little corral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've also got the 6-hole tanks, which would be a 100-gallon tank, and they say that's rated for about 250 head.
Okay.
So, the balls are removable. I don't know necessarily why you'd want to remove them, because they're there not only to keep that water fresh. As soon as it closes back up, there's not going to be dirt getting in there. There's not going to be other animals getting in there. It's going to be fresh, clean water every time.
All right. And these can be hooked up to underground trench piping and all that?
Yep. So they recommend on those you do a 1-inch service line to them.
Okay.
And you need to bury that at least 1 foot below the frost line. So that'd be, like 3 or 4 feet around here.
Yep. Got to get a trencher out there.
Yep.
Or if you have line already laid and you want to replace something, this would be a great alternative. Yeah.
Yep. So, a lot of folks are familiar with like a Ritchie tank, or I forget what the other brand you see around here. It'd be similar to those.
Okay.
So, they say recommend to put them on a concrete platform, obviously, so you have something to anchor them down to,
right,
and keep them secure. So, the other thing that we've got is the Miraco trough waterers. So that would be like an open trough. So that's what you'd see in like a small corral.
Right.
We've got a couple different sizes. We've got a 4-gallon and a 6-gallon. The 4-gallon would do 20 head, and the 6-gallon would do 40 head. And that 6-gallon, now I'm forgetting what I saw. I don't remember if it's one-sided or two-sided.
Oh, okay.
I know I've got both, but I don't remember
the specs.
I don't remember the specs on them.
Well, that's all right. Come take a look.
Yep. And then we will be getting some new ones in here probably mid-March.
Okay.
They'll be a little bit different sizes and a little bit bigger trough waters.
No, those would work for like somebody who has a few horses and that sort of thing too.
Yep, exactly. Horses, sheep, goats, and that type of stuff.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, as dry as it is, we make sure they got to have water, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just it. And why not get one that's maintenance free? Also one that you won't have to break ice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's special. I know some people out there that are listening go, well, what's the big deal? You got to go out and knock a little ice off. Well, if you have several pastures that are located all over the place, it's pretty time-consuming to get up and break all those. It's not so much the work, it's getting to all of them, especially if you get actually get an old-fashioned winter to get to them.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
well, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, so we've got options. We've sold Miraco tanks for quite some time now. It's one of those aspects that I kind of forget about sometimes, but we don't, I guess they're not flying out the door by any means, but they are pretty steady.
Good. Well, maybe we can make some more fly out talking about it here on the Breakfast Show. And, of course, that kind of goes right along with fencing supplies. And we're still seeing some cattle out on stocks, probably pretty well cleaned up, or maybe they've moved them from one they've used up to one they were saving. But it always takes a repair of fences, that sort of thing.
Yep. I did just put in our big Gallagher order for the spring.
Okay.
So we'll be getting that sometime late February, early March, I think.
All right.
But that'll be, insulators, energizers, fence testers, all sorts of Gallagher goodies.
Well, and gosh, knock on wood, we hope the faucets open up along about springtime for some rain and get some of that grass going, but electric fence can kind of help preserve some of that grass out there if you don't want them grazing the whole thing.
Yep, and one thing I do want to touch on, I've had a lot of fencers come back, the folks say, well, they're not working. I test them, hook everything up to them, and they work just fine. It's usually a grounding issue.
Oh.
When it's been this dry, if you don't have enough ground rods, you're not going to get a sufficient ground. So then your fence isn't going to be as energized.
Well, yes, you need that moisture in the ground to make that conductivity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you only got, if you only have one 3-foot ground rod on a 14-mile stretch of fence,
yeah,
it's not going to bode too well.
Okay. So a lot of times you're getting them in and they're okay. But if they're not okay, you can fix them.
Yep. If I've got the parts on hand, if they still make parts for them, there's some of them that are obsolete that you can't even get parts for. But most of them that have been made, say the past 10 to 15-ish years, I can usually get parts for, and I do keep a pretty good stock of parts on hand. So if you drop off a fencer and I've got what I need to fix it, and you're okay with fixing it, I can go ahead and do that for you.
Okay. And you have the solar, the traditional, and then some that are both, right?
Yeah, so we've got 3 different fencers, or 3 different categories of fencers. So we've got the plug-in energizers, so those would be the 110s. You plug those into a barn or an outlet or a well house, what have you. Those need to be inside. They're not weatherproof.
Oh, so you want to put them inside the pivot shed or something like that?
Yes. Yeah, okay. They are not designed to be outside. So they need to be enclosed in a building,
barn,
away from the weather. The solar fencers that we've got, those are an all-enclosed unit. You can set them up on a T-post, and it's like that old rotisserie commercial you see. Set it and forget it.
There you go.
That's all you got to do with those.
Okay.
Hook her up, turn it on, you're good to go. Those come with the battery. They come with leads. They're ready to go right out of the box. The other ones we have are, I would call them a dual purpose. Actually, you could think of them as a triple purpose, because you can hook them up to a battery, you can plug them in, or you can hook them up to a battery and solar panel. So they're a really versatile Energizer. Those are weatherproof, so you can plug those in outdoors.
Okay.
They don't need to be enclosed. They're designed that way. They're weatherproof. So if you need to hook it up to a battery, if you need to hook it up to solar, you can.
With all those options, that I would think, I know there's probably some consideration on when you write out the check, but for years to come, you've got options when you're moving to different fields and doing different things.
Yep. And I always tell people, they come in and say, well, I don't need the biggest and baddest Energizer. I get that. Nothing says you need it, but I do suggest getting the step bigger than you think you need, because inevitably you're going to move it to a different area and be like, man, I should have got the bigger one.
Yeah. Think of it as a trolling motor. You always get a trolling motor, and you say, geez, I wish I would have got that next one up.
Yep, exactly. That's just it.
I'm going against the wind. I'm not going anywhere. And it's kind of the same way.
Yeah. It is. It's same way with the solar Energizers. You could get one for just what you need today, or you could get one for what you might need in the future. So it's one of those things, if you get it and you allow yourself that cushion, it's almost like an insurance policy, because you're not going to have to come in and get another new Energizer for that other stretch of fence.
All right. Gosh, we're way past, but I was really getting into, I think fencers are fascinating.
They are.
They are.
I mean, they're cool. They save a lot of trouble.
When I talk about fencers to customers, especially, sometimes they're pretty shocked.
Thank you, Logan. Logan of Arrow Seed in Broken Bow, open 6 days a week, right downtown Broken Bow. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, come and see me, and we'll get you an education in waters and fencers.
All right. It will be shocking, no doubt about it. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Pfizer says it's launching a study of an Omicron-specific COVID vaccine. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
It will study more than 1,000 healthy adults, most of whom are already vaccinated. They will either get revised Omicron-based boosters or original versions. Some of the unvaccinated volunteers will get 3 Omicron-based doses.
Some high school kids in Washington, D.C. will walk out this afternoon to protest what they say are lack of proper COVID safety protocols. Senior Brianna Stallings tells CBS News Radio.
Students themselves, teachers, parents don't feel safe being in school buildings right now. It's not all of us, but enough of us that it's concerning that nobody's listening to us.
More changes coming to the SAT. The College Board announced this morning it'll drop its longtime paper and number 2 pencil format and go all digital to prevent cheating and widen access. Last year, the board scrapped the essay portion of the test. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. Sheriff Mike Unger was recognized by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services with a CPR code save for his actions on October 16th in Stanton. Unger said he was at home when he heard a rescue call for a male not breathing at a residence in Stanton. Officials said he arrived on scene within a minute and the male, who was in distress, had begun to breathe again. However, within a few minutes, the man collapsed again, had no pulse, and was not breathing. Unger then began chest compressions and was able to reestablish a pulse and breathing on the male before local EMS arrived. The victim was then transported to the hospital by Stanton Fire and Rescue and was later able to return home. Again, on November 19th, Unger was dispatched from his home to an emergency call for a man not breathing at a residence north of Stanton due to Stanton Rescue being unable to respond. Unger arrived and assisted in performing CPR on the non-breathing male until Norfolk Rescue arrived and transported him to the hospital. The man also survived and returned home after several days in the hospital. This is the 4th Code Save Award that Unger has received as an EMT, along with other life-saving awards to his credit during his long career of public service. Unger currently serves as an EMT with Pilger Fire and Rescue. Nebraska lawmakers began to debate a measure yesterday that would speed up the implementation of a new tax exemption for Social Security income, letting recipients claim a full tax break a few years sooner. The measure would phase out Nebraska's tax on Social Security income by 2025. Lawmakers approved the exemption last year but adopted a slower phase-in that would eliminate the tax by 2030. The faster implementation was proposed after the state collected far more tax revenue than expected, leaving Nebraska with a general fund surplus of $412 million. Some lawmakers questioned whether it was prudent to rely on state or tax revenues, which they argue were bolstered by federal pandemic stimulus payments into the economy. Senator Brett Lindstrom of Omaha said he sponsored the bill because Nebraska is one of 13 states that tax Social Security income, and many of Nebraska's neighboring states do not. Lawmakers adjourned for the day yesterday before reaching a vote.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Ralph Irvin.
Tom Brady and the Buccaneers eliminated from the playoffs on Sunday, and now speculation about where his future will take him. On his Let's Go podcast, he had this to say.
Every year I just have to make sure that I have the ability to commit to what the team really needs, and that's really important to me. The team doesn't deserve anything less than my best. And if I feel like I'm not committed to that or I can't play at a championship level, then you got to give someone else a chance to play.
We'll see what the future holds. Meanwhile, on the NBA hardwood, Phoenix won their 7th straight, beating Utah 115-109. Zach LaVine back in the lineup for Chicago. He had 23 points in a 111-110 win in Oklahoma City. Cleveland's won 7 of their last 8 games. They beat the New York Knicks 95-93. And New Orleans had 6 players in double figures. They beat Indiana 117-113.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for mostly cloudy skies. We'll have high temperatures working up to 24 degrees. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 4 above zero. Could have wind chills into the teens below zero. Not as cold on Wednesday, but a breezy day in store. Highs approaching 40, southwest winds increasing to 15 to 25. And for your Thursday, still breezy in the upper 30s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialize in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
8:13, 14 degrees outside under a cloudy sky. Our high yesterday was 42, an overnight low of 12 degrees. Just a trace of precipitation in the rain gauge this morning from a few light snow flurries out there. 14 cloudy with a southeast light breeze this morning. And we have Mr. Jeff Denson here in the studio with us, Team Physical Therapy. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
We're doing good. We're doing good. How's things at the shop?
Really good.
You got some good people. I mean, you keep adding good people, and they come in here, and I'm going, man, we're talking about a shortage out there of employees at all levels and all places, and you've just kind of been percolating along and keeping good people and adding good people.
Yes,
Way
absolutely.
to go. Way to go.
We're excited about that.
Yeah, that's.
If you've been listening to the radio, Mary has some new commercials on here about occupational therapy and speech therapy services at our office. We're excited that that's been added with Chesney Eberly, who's married to Spencer Goodman. So if you know her that way.
Yep.
And then Hannah Parsons has been providing some speech therapy services through Callaway and is willing to do that in Broken Bow too. So we can offer all 3 services for sure, Broken Bow and Callaway at this point, and then see where that expands to. And we've been excited to keep a couple of very large rehabs that would generally be shipped off to Kearney in our area, and I think we'll be excited about that for the future. So that people won't have to travel, and we'll provide all those services right there at Team Physical Therapy.
That's the latest development. You just keep growing and going, and we love to talk to you about it. What's some of the things right now that you're attending to as far as keeping everybody busy? Middle of sports season here, winter sports season.
Yes, absolutely. Enjoying getting to some wrestling meets. We have a lot of staff that are attending basketball games. We'll be covering a couple of the district wrestling tournaments. I know our athletic trainer is going to be at Burwell for one of those. and just excited about this postseason wrestling coming within a week. So get down to state duels, we hope, watch that, and on from there.
For us folks who are no longer or never were athletes, I'll raise my hand there as we go along. We've had a pretty good winter. I think we've had one slick storm so far, and I think there was unfortunately some slipping and falling going on there. We got a lot of winter left here. And so I know you guys will be attending to anybody that stretches something or falls and hurts themselves at all. And then the therapy part of it, where people get knee replacements and all of that, shoulder replacements, all that sort of thing. A lot of time that's done during the slower months of the winter, when, especially your farmers and ranchers, you don't want to do that sort of thing in the summertime, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to mention today was if you feel like you're just not getting around like you were a year ago, 2 years ago, feel like your balance is a little bit off. And that doesn't have to be, I need to use a cane now. It can just be, I'm having times where I don't feel as sure on my feet, or not as strong as I can't lift the stuff I wanted to. Look us up. I think we can really help. A lot of our therapists have been progressing through some strength training stuff, and kind of adapting what we have been doing to new ideas about strength training and the importance of strength training for aging gracefully and staying strong, bone health, and our therapist. I have a therapist in Kearney that's basically an osteoporosis specialist who's trained our staff a lot on doing some strength training, keeping bones healthy, addressing that with diet. So if you're kind of even osteopenia or before osteoporosis or having any problems with bone health, I think we're adept to help that also. So,
and I know that you're never shy about sending somebody on to their doctor if need be.
Absolutely. Yep.
Because,
and that's where we'd like to start if they need to.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes, I guess I'll raise my hand here too, as you get a little older, some days your knees don't hurt and some days they do.
Absolutely.
Some days you think you're getting around just fine, and then all of a sudden for a little stretch you aren't.
Yeah.
I guess that would probably be an indication that maybe there needs to be a little bit of what you're talking about done to level that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we're in an area where osteoarthritis is pretty prevalent. Nebraska, with change in barometric pressure and things of that nature, along with obesity and different things, it's very prevalent around here. And you'll have days where, there used to be surgeons in Kearney that said that weather didn't affect joint pain, and it sure does if you've lived in Nebraska. Those people that have osteoarthritic joints know that that's the case.
Yeah.
And just pressure affects that. So, and if you're having problems with that, it's nice to work really well locally with the doctors about getting some anti-inflammatory medication on board to stop those inflammation processes so that we can do more with patients to get them stronger, moving better, faster.
And I know from family experience, if you've had some metal put in somewhere, some screws and some plates or a rod, barometric pressure really makes a difference.
Yeah,
when
you
you
get
have
that cold and it's different.
Yeah. So I imagine you could give them a little hand there too as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. That's it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great team. Is there anything else you'd want to talk about this morning?
Yeah. So have you guys ever been asked to be a part of something on the radio live?
Well, I would say the answer would be yes.
Okay, good. Because we're going to do that again right now.
Yes. Okay.
So we were fortunate enough to find out this weekend that we are going to be hosting the State Senior Legion Tournament in Broken Bow, July 30th through August 3rd. And we're excited about that going forward. And I just wanted to see if you guys wanted to be the video sponsor of the tournament. And
you mean when you say video sponsor, you just mean sponsor, or do you mean actually show up and do the video?
We'll have the live stream going. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, first off, congratulations on getting the opportunity to host the State Senior Legion Tournament. One question I had, Jeff, I thought it'd be interesting if folks knew just the process you went through as far as putting your bid in and then how you were selected.
Yeah, so we, Broken Bow hosted, or Roger Winquist, the commander of our Legion post, hosted the Legion meeting back in October here at the Vets building. And so Paul and I went to that meeting, got to meet some people. Jason Siddell, who has worked at BD, who is now the manager of Holdridge BD, but his family still lives here, went on to the board. His dad previously had served for about 20 years on the board in the St. Paul area. And he came back from Utah and then jumped back on the board to cover our area, which is everything from, it's Area 6. So everything from basically Palmer to here to a little ways south. So it's kind of a big area, and he's now the representative of our area. And generally when they go on the board, they get the opportunity to bring the state tournament back to their area possibly. So we hosted that and then got to know some people, and then have a pretty good relationship with Jeff Parsons, who is the head of the Western Umpire Association, and got to know him very well. He's been to Broken Bow a few times to umpire some games, and he really likes our program and what we're doing. And so with those relationships, we had hosted a tournament in 2019, which we hadn't hosted for area for a long time. And then a year ago after COVID, I'd put in for the state tournament had to be moved from Bennington because they went from Class B to Class A. So we were in the finalists for that. It ended up being at Crete. And then they just indicated with the success we had last year with both programs going to the state tournament, I think there was only 2 teams that did that, had a junior state qualifier and then a senior state qualifier. I thought it would just be, they like to put teams in that they thought would qualify anyway, and it would be indicative that we would have been very close, obviously, with our seniors team, where we were undefeated as juniors last year. And so that was the time. I told a lot of people I wasn't going to do it because of the time commitment it's going to be for our community, and really facilities-wise, we've got things to do. Our field has bathroom improvements to be made. We've got some fence improvements to be made, some just field aspect improvements that we've been working with the city Parks Department over, and just a lot of things we got to address. I thought I was going to wait a year and then try to get those all addressed this year, but if you get the tournament, then you have to address them. Right?
There you go. Yeah.
And so I've spoke to the city administrator, and I haven't yet spoke to all the people in the Parks Department, but they're committing to making some big improvements.
Good.
And we're going to help fundraise for that and hopefully make some very large improvements in our facilities, at least at Legion Park and with that Tyke Arnold Field, because it'll improve both.
Yeah.
So
that's exciting.
We're excited about that. It's really going to be, we're going to be asking a lot of people in the community. I've already made contact with a lot of people, just letting them know we have it, and we're going to have a lot of need for help. So with that, it's going to be financial help plus help during the tournament, and then all summer long getting ready for getting our field where we want it to be to make it look like a good showcase of Broken Bow.
Wow, that's exciting, Jeff.
Yeah, we haven't hosted since 1985.
That was my next question. I didn't know if Broken Bow had ever hosted.
Carly Wells was a junior at the time.
Oh, boy.
He was in like 15 and 16-year-old juniors.
That puts it in perspective.
It does.
I can remember that, actually.
And he told me about it because we qualified there in 19, and we hadn't done that. I mean, we've now since with Joan and Paul, and then a lot of help with others, researched a lot of that, and we're going to try to put all of that history on showcase at the field.
Oh, that'd be great.
We're going to try to effort putting up some signs about previous qualifying teams, previous league champions, get some of that stuff on the. That's my plan anyway.
Yeah. Oh, it'll happen.
But you present some of that history at our field of what's been done in the past, and then what we're doing currently. Obviously, has been pretty special. So we're excited about that.
Well, we'll have a meeting today. I think we're having a meeting, and we better start.
Yeah, sorry about it being on fair time.
Yeah, we
were going to get one of them. I chose this, asked to get the senior state first, just because I thought our team was ready. So
we'll be there one way or another. You know that.
Yes. Well, I know you'll be covering our games, but if you want to just go ahead and make the whole thing live, that'd be great.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Yes.
Thanks,
Perfect.
Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we've got Mark Stock on the line. We'll be talking with Mark right after these words.
We're smack dab in the middle of winter now, and your legs and feet want to stay comfy. We have what you need at Bo Bootery. This week, we've marked 25% off socks, leggings, and tights. And we have a lot to choose from, so come stock up. Plus, Thorlos and Danpo socks are only $5 a pack. At Bo Bootery, we're all about keeping your feet happy and comfy. Bo Bootery, your home-owned shoe store on the east side of the square in Broken Bow.
Stay up to date on your bank accounts no matter where your schedule takes you. Sign up for mobile or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, and check balances. Set up bill pay so you never forget to pay a bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
8:27, exciting news. Baseball, the state tournament in Broken Bow, Nebraska this summer.
Yeah, great news.
That is good
be
news.
Exciting.
Yeah. And we have good news always from Mr. Mark Stock with Big Iron Auction Company. Mark, thanks for waiting for us this morning. We did get a breaking news here this morning about having baseball this summer. That's kind of fun to talk about.
It's always fun to talk about baseball. I was a coach for baseball Little League for a long, long time, and those are some great memories when you watch those youngsters develop and, you know, how they first start out kicking the dirt and chasing the butterflies and waving at Grandma and Grandpa for that perfect photo shot opportunity until that ball finally gets hit their way, and then they catch it and they have no idea what they're supposed to do with it. Till the end of the season when they actually catch the pop fly and throw it to third base and get the guy that led off in the run, that's when you know what, this is all worth it.
That's a great story, and it is something that you see development and growth throughout the summer when they're little like that, and then you get to the Legion end of it where you see the kids become, you know, very, very serious baseball players. So it's fun. We appreciate you understanding. Talk a little bit about what's going on. I know you got 100 things going on.
Well, you know, after the first of the year, we wondered what was actually going to take place, if things were going to resume, whether things were going to soften up, whether things were going to get a little stronger. And I can say without any stress whatsoever that things have actually gotten a little stronger. And we've got some land selling today in Platte County, Nebraska, by Columbus, Nebraska, 2 different tracts of land, and activity really, really hot early on these land sales. 239 acres in one tract, a pivot irrigated 80 in another, 2 different sellers. And if you're looking for land by Columbus, Nebraska, check it out. Those will be sold today. Then this afternoon, folks, we've got our livestock sale, and wow, do we have some outstanding animals selling to the highest bidder. And one of the featured sellers on today's livestock sale will be the Sand Dune Cattle LLC right out of Sargent, Nebraska. And they have some of the poppin' Red Angus bulls that you've ever going to see. I'll just go down the list here. One bull, the current bid is already $5,050. Another one's $3,700. We got one here at $2,600. We got a $2,800 bull. We got a $4,950 bull. These are the current bids, and the auction doesn't close until 1 o'clock. And these bulls have got the right EPDs on them, folks. And they've got some excellent genetics behind everything they do at the Sand Dune Cattle LLC right by Sargent, Nebraska. And in addition to the dozen or so bulls that they're selling, they've got 20-plus commercial Red Angus bred heifers, and they've got some open heifer replacements that will be selling as well. So please go to the Big Iron website for those animals that are selling today right out of Sargent, Nebraska. Plus, we also have some selling by Bartlett, Nebraska for the Dwyer Ranch. This particular package of livestock includes some Hereford-bred heifers. So if you love the old Hereford breed, check it all out. Plus, they have some black and black baldy-bred heifers that will be selling. on the Big Iron Livestock online auction that starts to close out here at 1 o'clock today. Plus, we've got the Schmidt-Robinson Ranch that will be selling animals today as well. They're from Nenzel, Nebraska. They've got some Black Angus 3 to 4-year-old cows. They got the 5 to 6-year-old cows. They got the 7, 8-year-old cows and 9 and 10-year-old cows that will be sold here to the highest bidder. So if you're looking for those types of animals, the Big Iron Livestock has them. Plus something special, we've got some Wagyu beef semen straws that will be selling today as well. So if you need some semen, check out those different genetic lines. All the information's on that website, so we encourage you to dial up bigiron.com for more information. Then, folks, tomorrow on the auction side of the business with all the machinery, we've got a great lineup of equipment selling from people all around the area. Charles and Roxana Wobama from Lexington, Nebraska are sellers. Craig Smith from Arnold, Nebraska selling. Dwayne Barkley is from Homer, Nebraska selling on the Big Iron website. J-Bar Trucking out of Lexington, Nebraska. Jagger Enterprises out of Ogallala is using the Big Iron website. We got Lane Miller from Hershey, Nebraska using bigiron.com. And we also have Thomas Livestock right here from Broken Bow, Nebraska, that has got 23 items. They've got some of these LB White hanging heaters that will be sold to the highest bidder, and they've got some metal roofing sheeting. So we've got a wide variety of a little bit of everything, always selling on bigiron.com, and you can scroll through the items and talk to the owners because we publish their name and their number with every item that sells. And then on Thursday of this week, folks, we've got some land in Montrose County, Colorado that will sell. If you're interested in some land in that particular part of the country, we encourage you to get a hold of Ron Stock because 160 acres of Montrose County, Colorado land is going to sell to the highest bidder. And this particular property, folks, kind of a nice little property that's got a working feedlot on it. So good livestock, working facilities, and a home and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if that interests you at all, please check out that particular property selling for Gary D. Brock and Donna Caswell and Vicky Steed. More information, talk to Ron Stock or Stephen Schmaltz, the Big Iron Realty listing agents. And then we want to remind everybody that we are offering folks that want to have a retirement sale their special day in 2022. If you want to have your retirement sale on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and bigiron.com will help achieve your goal. We can have that special public inspection a couple days before your online auction, and then we can expose it to the 6.5 million different people that watch bigiron.com all the time here. So we encourage you to pick up the phone, get a hold of your area rep, and let's start making plans, whether you're doing it this spring or even this summer or in the fall. The key to a successful retirement sale is starting early. Our phone number, 402-564-3369, or toll-free 800-937-3558.
All right, Mark, you never disappoint. You have the local flavor, regional flavor, and national flavor. You got it going on. We appreciate you taking time to tell us about it.
All right, thank you very much. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Mark Stock with Big Iron Auction Company. We have more guests coming in the studio, Mr. Brent Amperson.
That's good.
We're going to talk, I thought I saw Chaz out there from Sandhills Custom Creations. If she's out there, we'll get her in next.
Sports gear and a clearance. Now, those are two things that sound great together. The winter apparel clearance is going on now at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow. Save 30% off winter apparel like hoodies, sweatpants, stocking hats, gloves, and more. If it's winter apparel, it's on clearance. Winter clothes on sale while you can wear them right away? Unheard of. Stay warm with savings at Geared for Sports through February 5th. They are Chamber Love Local participants. Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow.
Love local. As we start the new year, KCNI KBBN is giving away $25 gift cards to these area businesses and more on The Breakfast Show.
Geared for Sports and Bow Bootery, both on the square in Broken Bow. RT Ace Hardware of Broken Bow, the Callaway Market, and Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow.
Keep listening for your chance to win on The Breakfast Show. And remember, love local.
That's what we're talking about, love and local. My good neighbor, my brother, my co-host. Wow. What else? Friend.
Love you, Dave.
Chaz, grab that microphone. We want to talk to you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're doing well. How's things at Sandhills Custom Creations?
They are going great. We are keeping busy. So
Good.
very, very excited about that.
Good. Well, we enjoyed coming into your store and seeing all the different things that you're doing, both cosmetically and stock-wise, and all the things that you and your family have been working on. Glad to hear that you're staying busy. Valentine's Day is coming up, you know.
Yes, and we have a few new things coming in for Valentine's Day. I was hoping to bring them, but they're not quite in stock yet.
Okay.
So we have some bath bombs coming in, some sugar scrubs, make up a little basket for Mom. Let her kind of relax for a day, and body butters, that type of stuff. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, adding some things, and I think you could use some body butter, Brent.
Well, thanks, Dave.
What do you think, Chaz?
Well, I think everybody can with this dry weather.
There you go. That is a great answer.
No kidding. I mean, that's true.
It is.
I don't know. It'd be worth trying, because I think a lot of times you get the off-the-shelf stuff and put it on, and about not very much later, you wonder if you even put any on. So.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So this stuff's great. I've used it personally, so I was really excited to be able to bring it in.
Good. All right. How's your husband doing?
He's doing pretty good.
Is he behaving himself?
Best he can.
The dog doing okay?
Yep, she's doing good. She's been staying home. I don't know what her deal is.
She doesn't want to come to the shop?
Well, it's a little tough when you load 4 kids in the car to take them to school. And she thinks she needs to sit on my lap, and she's too big for that.
I bet she's getting really big.
She is.
Beautiful dog, though. We're bouncing. I'm sorry. I'm kind of one of those guys that bounce around a little bit, so if I'm getting too far off track, give Brent a look. He'll give me a look, and we'll reel it back in.
No, you're good.
Okay, good. So, Valentine's Day coming up, but gosh, you know what? We're talking about baseball this morning. We're talking about spring activities, soccer, baseball.
You got that MNAC going on with basketball.
Yeah, right.
State wrestling's coming up. I mean, everybody's just running, and I'm right there with them. So.
Yeah. Now, can you help with somebody out there that wants to personalize something or support their team? And
we sure can. One big thing that I have found are those bleachers are so uncomfortable. I don't know about anyone else, but
I've sat in a few. Yes, I would raise my hand there sometimes.
After about one game, I am struggling to stay sitting. And so we actually have bleacher chairs.
Oh, those are nice.
So I brought these in. What I really like about these is they have a cup holder. I don't know about anyone else, but I like my cups, but they always tend to get kicked over.
Yeah, especially on the bleachers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then a couple pockets, whether it be cell phone, money, you don't have to sit on your phone or worry about it falling. Mine always falls out of my coat pocket.
Yeah, you always worry about that.
Yep. And so we personalize the backs of them, and they just fold up, and you have the option to hook it to the bleacher so it doesn't move.
Oh, man.
Or what we did down in Callaway for the last basketball game is I didn't hook it. I had somebody sit in front of me, and so I just turned my chair a little bit on the bleacher so my knees went sideways, and it sat perfect on the bleachers. I was so impressed.
Yeah. Should have been happy about that. And
nice lightweight carry case, has the strap, so
yeah, you can just carry it right in. And doesn't have arms on it, so you can slide sideways like you're talking about.
Yep.
I got to tell you, Chaz, that would not make a bad little rig for a fishing boat.
That would be the other thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You could even sit on the ground if you could get up at the end of it.
Well,
I'd struggle getting up off the ground.
Well, if you're struggling, we're struggling. But that's really nice, and you can personalize it, put your team on it, or put your name on it, so if you happen to forget it.
Yep, nobody can take it, or if they find it, they know who to take it back to.
Put your phone number on it or whatever, because you guys can do it all, right?
We can. Yeah. We can either embroider or we can do the vinyl.
All right.
So we've done a couple Spartan ones that were really shiny, a couple Kearney Catholic. That was pretty fun to do.
Good.
So
you have a black one that you brought in. Do they come in different colors?
They do come in different colors. I do have some red in stock also.
Okay.
So these have been hard to get. Right around
sure.
Christmas time was very, very difficult. So when they came into stock, I ordered several of them to have. So,
well, you folks watching can see what it looks like. If I can tell you on the radio audience that they really look well built. I think that's the key. You get something like that and feel secure when you're sitting on it, and then know that it's going to last a while. It looks like pretty good, real good quality, actually.
Yep, we like to keep the quality up because
that's
you don't want to have to rebuy it every year.
Well, you know that.
Yes.
Yeah. And you brought some garments with you.
I did bring a few new shirts. And I should mention, too, with the Love Local promotion, we are doing 20% off our T-shirts in store. We want to get some of that stock moved out and bring in some of the newer soft style shirts. So this is the soft style T-shirt that we're wanting to get in. I don't know if you guys want to kind of feel.
I do.
They got that bedtime T-shirt feel to them.
I like that description. Well, those are nice.
Still the Gildan brand, so still the quality is there.
Oh, yeah.
There is a difference. You're right, Chaz. When you put something on and that's how you get a favorite shirt, by the way. I like the way it feels, and it's only going to get better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then another line that we are bringing in a little bit more is Boxercraft. I brought ladies just because the ladies tend to do the shopping, but they do have men's styles. These are always fun. It's a long sleeve with the preppy patch is what they call them on the elbows. I know that's kind of making a comeback in. And then long sleeves. This is one that I really like.
Looks comfortable, too.
It is so soft, and it has a little bit of the stitching on the corners, so it's not just a sweater. It's a little bit more dressy.
It was fancier, yeah.
Yep. Bella brand. We're getting quite a bit of that in. I know that's a good one for quality and comfort, so we're really excited about that. But, I mean, we've done a couple new designs for people. I've had some people come in and go, just come up with something. Yeah. I've had people bring ideas in, and we just love bringing their ideas to life and seeing it and being able to touch it.
Without putting you too much on the spot, how many different ways can you put an image on right now? You're talking embroidery, and what else?
We can do embroidery, we can do vinyl, we can do heat transfers. Oh, goodness.
Do you have, and are you able to put things on like glass and that sort of thing?
Yep, we can etch onto glass. Cups, this one is mine. I never leave home with it. This is sublimated. And it says, I didn't plan on becoming a basketball mom who yells a lot, but here I am killing it.
Nice.
So, and I'm sure local refs would agree. We try to keep it clean, but, you know, sometimes it's...
Well, we're going to be honest about
the
it.
heat of the moment, and you regret it afterwards, and you're like, I think I'm just going to cover my face as I leave. But, you know, these come in 20 ounce. This is a 30 ounce. Hot, cold. I would compare these to a Yeti. I mean, they're not quite there, but I can put ice in at Trotters with a pop in the morning. And the next morning, if I don't drink all of it, there's still ice in it the next morning with the pop.
Well, there you go.
So I've been really impressed with those as far as quality goes.
Folks need to stop by. It looks like you're really finding out what people are looking for and getting it on the racks there.
Yep.
But talk a little bit about, can they look at your website and kind of get an idea what's going on?
We've got Facebook. We are working on getting a website up and running, so that way we kind of know what sizes and colors and styles of T-shirts we have, some of our long sleeves. So that's a slow process just because with everything coming in, we're wanting to get it right back out the door.
Yep.
I mean, just boom, quick as we can. So the website's kind of very slow going just because we'd rather get the product out the door. And
you've got Facebook.
Right.
Then people are very familiar with that, so they can kind of keep track of what you're doing and what you're getting there.
And my cell number is on the door, so if anything, you know, if you come down after hours or if I had to run to the bank or grab some lunch quick, because we don't close over the lunch hour.
Oh, nice.
But sometimes I do have to run and grab something to eat. My cell's there. I always have my cell on me.
Okay.
So
All
don't
right.
be afraid to call or text.
Now, for the folks out there who don't know where you're located, it is on the, I'm always good with my directions, on the west side of the square.
Yes.
And what are your hours?
Our hours are 9 to 5, Monday through Thursday. Usually I'm there early. Sometimes I'm there late. Most Fridays I do try to be there, but I do like to leave to go watch the Spartan wrestlers.
Sure.
And so they're starting to get more Friday meets. So I like to kind of sneak down there if I can, if I'm caught up at work enough that.
Okay. Brent gets nervous when I get on my soapbox, but I'm going to get on it just for a moment, just so you both know. But we have this wonderful business called Sandhills Custom Creations right here in Custer County in Broken Bow. And I know there's alternatives out there as far as going online and ordering things, but lots of reasons not to do that, or at least compare and give you guys a chance to fill their needs and make them happy so that they don't get something dropped by UPS or by the mail service and go, this isn't what I ordered. This isn't going to fit. Now I've got to go through the hassle of trying to get my money back. Oh, I'm just going to not even bother with it. And I've spent money that didn't help much of anybody. So I want them to give you first chance, Jazz.
Yes, we would love that. We've ordered several things in and had people come in and try them on. I know some brands run small, some brands run big. So, I'm not afraid to order something and be like, hey, can you slip in, try this on, make sure this fits. I'd rather have somebody do that and then go, nope, it's too big, we need a smaller size, than to put something on it and have them be like, well, this is going to sit in my closet until garage sale season.
Yeah, and then when it comes to putting images on cups and different glass or whatever, wood items, to have that conversation to really discuss what that customer wants and what they're going to be happy with. You can't really do that any other way than to come in and either call or stop in and visit with you about it, right?
Yep, that is the best way. I do a lot of texting as far as proofs. Like, we'll create a design up, send a proof over, be like, what do you think of this? And, any tweaks that somebody wants made, we can make that before we cut it out and put it on. I mean, so.
And I know that it's nice when people order large amounts of things, but you can also order just a few items with you, where you really can't do that very easily online.
Right. Yep. Nope. And we can do just one. I mean, we don't have a minimum order requirement because sometimes you just want one. You see it and you're like, I want something like that. So
for yourself or somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. All right. 20% off shirts in stock. And again, the soaps and bath bombs and lotions and all that are coming in.
And we have some laundry soap that's coming with it, too.
No kidding.
I'm really excited about this. It's some that we had got and started using. I coach little kids basketball, 3rd and 4th grade. Washed their practice jerseys and took them to practice, and all the kids are like, oh, these smell so good. I'm like, come on, girls, focus here. We gotta practice. And all they could do is sit there and smell their jerseys. So I'm very, very excited about getting that in. So it doesn't take a lot. And I've been a Gain user. We switched to Tide.
Yeah.
You just don't smell it anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you can actually have something that's, okay, it's clean, but doesn't smell clean.
Right.
Yeah. And let's face it, I don't know, if you hang up something in the basement or something like that, and it gets that basement odor to it.
Right.
Regular detergent doesn't always take that out. No. So, yeah.
Hey,
got it going on.
Before you go, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Go to a lot of winter sporting events, and we'll go to a wrestling meet, and we'll see a youngster who gets his 100th win or his 150th win or his 100th pin. And we go to basketball games, and someone goes over 1,000 points for their career. And sometimes I see these amazing signs or whatever that are put together with the kid's picture on them and everything. Can you guys do stuff like that?
Yep, we can make banners. I almost brought one. We made one up, had one made up of my daughter, and it'll be hanging in the store window. And so, we can definitely do banners. Those are so much fun to see, and it's something that will last for the kids. I mean, when they're in their 50s and they're talking, look at this, I did this, you'll never be as good as me.
Yeah, or I'm going to tell you this story and I have proof.
Right.
That I did that, yeah.
Yep. So, no, the banners is a good thing. We can do that with imaging or even just words.
Okay.
So yeah, so many options. We do everything they did before, like we said, but we're just trying to kind of add a little bit more as far as selection and options. Trent and I are going to Vegas the end of February. Sounds fun, but we're going for an expo to see what else we can bring back to the shop and just kind of grow. So we're excited about that.
And I'm guessing if someone has something in their mind that they'd like to talk to you about, the more lead time they can give you to put something together, the better, right?
Yes, the better. Okay. Yep. And so we had a mom come in at Christmas. Her kids had drawn up a logo for their club. And so we recreated that for her and put it on shirts for the girls.
Oh, neat.
So that was pretty fun to do.
Sounds great. We just announced this morning, or Jeff Denson did, that we're having the state baseball tournament here this summer.
Oh.
So might keep that in mind, folks, when it comes baseball time, to stop in and, well, number one, get one of those bleacher seats.
Yes.
Because it's the same thing at a baseball game, and there'll be a lot of baseball and softball coming up this spring and summer. But in the meantime, as you mentioned, all the sports still to watch. Stop in and pick up one of those bleacher seats. And by the way, we really are enjoying our mouse pads.
Awesome. I am glad.
Yeah. For you folks who are wondering about this, you can get your logo put on it, and you can also plug it into your computer, and it charges a cell phone while you're at your desk. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
And they work good.
Put your name on it, and nobody can take it to their office.
That's right. That's right. Well, thanks a lot. Did you get the front window replaced?
Not yet.
Not yet? Still working on that?
Nope. We're waiting on some glass to come in. Everything else, that's just hard to get in.
Yeah. Does Trent get kind of worked up about that?
Sometimes, but we just tell him to calm on down.
Well, the improvements continue. More going on than we've even talked about here today with Sandhills Custom Creations on the west side of the square in Broken Bow. Chaz Feck, thanks so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it. Got a little music coming your way from Kenny Wayne Shepherd here on The Breakfast Show. Good morning to Sherry Taubenheim. She said, we would like to spread the word that our mother, Velma Taubenheim, is turning 90 on Monday, the 31st of January. Send a card to wish her well, if you would. That's 741 South 3rd here in Broken Bow. And let's help her celebrate.
Yeah, that's great. Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's coming up. News is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and I'll return with my friend, my brother. How you doing, Mom? Also, my neighbor and co-host here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Stay tuned.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Kids can chuck their number 2 pencils. CBS's Jim Krasula says there are more changes coming to the college entrance exams.
The SAT test will become part of the digital age. Administrators say the move away from sharpened pencil and paper will help make the SAT more relevant at a time when many universities and colleges are getting away from test results for admissions.
Pfizer's launched a study of an Omicron-specific COVID vaccine. Dr. William Schaffner at Vanderbilt University.
mRNA technology is flexible so that if the virus changes, the vaccine can be changed to keep up with the virus and keep it on target.
About 8,500 U.S. troops are on higher alert ahead of a possible Russian invasion of Ukraine. CBS's Weijia Zhang.
The White House says that potential troop deployment was always part of ongoing contingency planning and not in direct response to any action by Russia.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Ralph Irvin.
Tom Brady and the Buccaneers eliminated from the playoffs on Sunday, and now speculation about where his future will take him. On his Let's Go podcast, he had this to say.
Every year I just have to make sure that I have the ability to commit to what the team really needs, and that's really important to me. The team doesn't deserve anything less than my best. And if I feel like I'm not committed to that or I can't play at a championship level, then you got to give someone else a chance to play.
We'll see what the future holds. Meanwhile, on the NBA hardwood, Phoenix won their 7th straight, beating Utah 115-109. Zach LaVine back in the lineup for Chicago. He had 23 points in a 111-110 win in Oklahoma City. Cleveland's won 7 of their last 8 games. They beat the New York Knicks 95-93. And New Orleans had 6 players in double figures. They beat Indiana 117-113.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for mostly cloudy skies. We'll have high temperatures working up to 24 degrees. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 4 above zero. Could have wind chills into the teens below zero. Not as cold on Wednesday, but a breezy day in store. Highs approaching 40, southwest winds increasing to 15 to 25. And for your Thursday, still breezy in the upper 30s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
9:03, I think, I'm looking across there, and with these glasses on, I'm not sure, but I think it's 16 degrees outside. Something like that.
We'll take your word for it.
It's kind of dark out there, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know.
What's going on?
I haven't looked outside.
You haven't looked outside?
No, I haven't.
Why not?
Well, I've been concentrating on what's going on in here. I'm sorry. I haven't looked outside yet.
You could have looked outside when you went and got your
I know
coffee.
I could have. Yeah, here we go. Yes, my coffee. You went and got your own coffee. You're good.
You guys even bicker like you're real brothers.
Well, thank you.
I mean that in a loving sort of way.
Oh, you're so kind.
I think my brother and I would have been getting the fists out by now. Suzanne, how are you?
I'm just fine. How are you guys this morning?
We're good. Suzanne is here from Off-Broadway Assisted Living, and you brought a guest with you.
I sure did. I'd like to introduce you to Jody Detlefs. She's our new administrator at Off-Broadway.
Congratulations, Jody.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
So, are you excited?
It's overwhelming at the moment, but I am excited.
Sure.
So.
Good.
Yeah. Well, we've all, I think most everybody went through that overwhelming feeling, and it works itself out with a little help from folks, and I'm sure you're going to get some help, Suzanne. I'm sure that you've talked pretty highly about the staff there as a team, so I'm sure Jody will get some help.
She will get some help. Jody's been our office manager in the building, and so when the board opened up the position, they decided this time to promote within. And so Jody is familiar with Off-Broadway, and the staff know her, and the residents know her, and the families. So I think it's setting her up to succeed. And so I'm excited that she's taking over. She'll be really good. She's very knowledgeable. She has her administrative license. She's been an administrator even in skilled care, which is very complicated and a lot to it. So Jody comes to us with a good knowledge base, solid.
Well, Jody, having been in the office and knowing how all of that has to be taken care of and how it all intertwines with what goes on, it's got to be helpful. I think a lot of folks would probably avoid the office to start with, because a lot of us don't like all of that details that, especially in your industry, it entails. So I think you probably have a little head start there.
I feel like I do. It's probably easier to step up from the office, and knowing everybody really helps too. So.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I know you'll do a great job, and I hope that you'll be able to come out and see us once in a while. Suzanne's been able to endure it now for a while. And
It's not hard to endure out here. You guys make it really comfortable.
Good. So when does this take effect right away, or are we underway, or where are we at on that?
February 1st.
February 1st, okay, officially. And Suzanne will be helping you up until that time, and then the rest of the staff.
She's very helpful. I appreciate all the help that she's done so far. So.
Well, she scrubbed tanks when she was 20, so she's good for it. Suzanne, kind of reflect, if you would, and I know that you're gonna help Jody as best you can. But we all know then there is a time when you have to kind of jump off the diving board and start swimming on your own. But I think with Jody's background, it sounds like she has a head start.
She does. You know, Jody has been with us. She came on board with us in the spring, and so in early summer type in that area. And so Jody has been with us in times in the building when we've had to really crack down with COVID, when we've struggled trying to find our feet get our feet underneath of us in different situations. And Jody's been with us when we've been able to do and feel that sense of relief and pressure kind of come off a little bit. So she's been on that roller coaster ride in Off-Broadway with us. So I just feel like that's important, because I think one of the things that, we all forget is that everybody's going through something at some point in time, either in their career or their personal life. And so, she's coming into this with her eyes open. A new administrator or somebody who's maybe brand new to the industry, it's overwhelming for us that are, a little long in the tooth, so to speak. And so it's a little overwhelming to us. But I think somebody coming in and trying to get their feet under them as an administrator, but then as an administrator with all the other stuff. But I think Jody's seen that, and she's been a good, person for me. We share an office, and there's not very many times that you can have women that share an office that get along and, you know, don't get those cat fights going. And we've been able to do that successfully. And, you know, the roles that we're doing right now, you say to reflect a little bit with some of the paperwork and some of the things behind the scenes that people don't know that we do. You know, if we were in a skilled facility, we would have a social service person who went through referrals and different things and communicated with clinics or families. And right now it's taking both of us. You know, she can do more of the administrative stuff and I can help with the referrals. So right now, tag teaming that, have somebody in the office that can help. So I share that because it is important to have that teamwork and that camaraderie in that upper management position, you know, and that just trickles downhill, I feel. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we're setting the building up, hopefully, to succeed. We need to keep that going. One of the things as an administrator that's important is our residents and families. We don't want that transition to be really bumpy, really dramatic. You know, we want that transition to be as seamless as it can be. You know, there's going to be obviously different styles of management and that type of thing, but for the residents' sake, we want to really see that that's as seamless as we can get it.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're headed in the right direction, Jody, and we just all are positive people in Nebraska, so we're going to continue to believe that, you know, there are days ahead where we're not going to have to deal with some of the things that you guys have been dealing with, these situations where you have to do things that may not necessarily be popular, but you're doing it for the health of the people that you're taking care of. And that's always number one on your list anyway. Yep. It's just been a lot more difficult the last couple of years, and I think that's what we're kind of talking about here. So if you got through this period and you get through hopefully the next few months, let's hope that we are headed to spring and less restrictions and life is normal, it should be kind of an exciting time for you.
It is. Yeah. I'm really hoping that we can get back to somewhat normal soon. Yeah. I don't know what normal is anymore. I know it. But yeah, we're looking forward to it if we can. So.
And of course, new neighbors moving in is always fun. And I think last we knew you had some rooms available yet for folks to come and even try out.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. We are offering specials. The first 30 days we're offering free, and then discounts after that for a month or two. So
yeah, which is unheard of in this industry. So I hope folks will come take a look and take advantage of it. Or if it's just time to make that move, maybe quit going up and down those stairs and doing the things that living in a house requires. And you're an active person, it's a great fit.
It is. So just let us know, come and talk to us.
Okay.
We'll try to help any way we can.
All right. Now, Brent, how old are you again?
I'm 5 years. No, I'm almost just 4 years away from being eligible.
Yeah. I am just eligible.
Yeah.
A few times old.
I was going to say. I hope this is a fair question, but with Jody moving up, will you be looking for someone to fill the role of office manager, or has that kind of been taken care of already?
No, we're looking.
Okay.
I encourage anybody to apply. Right now it's just part-time.
Okay.
We'll be looking at that. So.
All right.
And the good news there is if somebody's interested and they come in and they fit the bill, they have you to help them. Yep. It isn't like being thrown into the wolves, because you're there.
Right.
You know what they need to do. So
yep.
I would think that might be a little bit of a carrot for folks out there thinking I'm not going to be going into unknown territory here without any help. So.
Yeah, that is always helpful to have somebody there that knows
especially
the systems.
In the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that we wanted to cover that we haven't talked about, guys?
The only thing that I want to throw out there is when you're looking at a senior housing or senior living community like off Broadway, when you come in, I hope that you're pleasantly surprised. And like we've talked before, just crossing that threshold, coming in for that first visit is so important. But what we're interested in knowing is what do you feel? What do you think? What is missing that you can't absolutely decide that you're going to come in and reside there or rent an apartment? And I think that feedback is really important. You know, we're kind of moving, and we heard a talk last week before the board meeting about the trend on senior housing. You know, people are wanting choices, or they're wanting different things. And I think it'd be really interesting that if somebody came in and they're still kind of on the fence, just talk to Jody and talk to the staff and let them know. I mean, your apartment is like a clean slate. You come in and you set it up how you want it, and you decorate it how you want it. And we want you to feel comfortable, and we want you to feel that, you know, it's a good place to land. But if you're still kind of on the fence and you just can't quite decide, just talk to us. Let us know what we can do, or what is missing, kind of, quote unquote, you know, so that you can just get in there and have a great place to live. And I really just want to say thank you to the Broken Bow community. I have been treated very well by businesses and community members, and I just really appreciate that. Off-Broadway is a wonderful place, and it is a definitely needed place in our community for seniors, for senior housing. And, you know, you hear on the radio news articles, or you see on TV news articles, and we have this great building, and we would love to fill this great building, and we need residents in there who want to be part of the community still. Like, just because you're at Off Broadway does not mean that you're still not part of Custer County or this community. And so I really encourage people to come in, and I just want to say thank you. We have had amazing volunteers. We have had great support from the community and understanding of this whole pandemic situation, you know, us getting our feet underneath of us in a situation that none of us have ever experienced. But it's just been, I as a retiring administrator, it's just been a really good, I mean, thank God we are where we are. That's what I got to say. I mean, we are really blessed to be in this area. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you very much. And Jody, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome to come back and continue to do the show. I did want to ask you kind of a personal question, and I hate to do that to you first show, but
okay.
I've got black socks on today, as you can see. Now, yesterday I had white socks on. So if you come back to do the show, which would you prefer that I have, white or black socks?
I think one of each would be fine.
Hey, nice. Boy, she's going to fit in just great.
She's just,
I love that.
I really thought we were going to have a plunger on the table today personally, so.
Good one, Jody.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
Jody.
Thank
you. Suzanne's always a pleasure. You know, you can come back, Suzanne, and chat with us if you like about, I don't know, something out on the ranch or whatever you want to talk about.
You know, you set the topic. I'm sure I'll have an opinion on it. That's for sure. Thank you very much, you guys.
Thank you very much. Here's Robert Randolph.
That can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
It is 9:22, almost 9:23, and again, don't forget, folks, we'll be giving away a $25 gift card to Geared for Sports in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Their winter winter apparel, not appliance, clearance is going on right now at Geared for Sports in Broken Bow, and we'll tell you about the discounts you can take in on your own just by going in and shopping at Geared for Sports for that apparel. All right, let's go to Ansley, America.
Okay.
Home of Ansley Lumber and Supply, who, by the way, I think we've mentioned before, are one of the oldest long-running businesses in the county. They've been around a long, long time.
They have been.
And
I saw, when I came over to lend my assistance, when I saw you outside working like a good neighbor, walked across the street, was not asked to, just saw that, you know what, a neighbor may need help. And so I walked across the street, and there you were doing some work in your Ansley Lumber sweatshirt.
Yes, I love my Ansley Lumber sweatshirt.
I know you do.
As a matter of fact, I love both of them because Heidi gave me two of them, one for Joan and one for yours truly. And
you didn't give one to Joan? You kept them both for yourself?
Well, I gave it to her and I took it back. Because if you have two of them, you can wear one while the other one's being washed.
Well,
you know, that way you always have a clean one.
Yeah.
And you can get pretty dirty.
That seems kind of mean if one of them was intended for Joan and then you took it away from her. Or does she even know that one was intended for her? Did you even tell her that, or did you just keep them both?
Wait a minute. Are you indicating that I'm an abusive husband?
No. What? No. I'm just saying that I'm sensing that maybe you kept the total truth from your wife to benefit yourself.
That hurts. That really hurts.
I'm just asking.
Well, I got to tell you, the hooded sweatshirt is very, very comfortable and very warm.
And it looks like it.
And it's got the big old Ansley Lumber logo on the back of it. And I'm proud to wear both of them.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
If you're not careful, I'm going to have a hot mic moment.
Now be careful. We found out what can happen.
I might call you a son of a preacher man.
What's happening at Ansley Lumber, Dave?
All kinds of good things.
Okay. They got everything you need.
Yeah, you might, when you're there, see if they have any. I'm sure they would sell you one of those sweatshirts. If they have any left. They're very, very high demand. Mm-hmm. We got ours. Well, I got mine.
I was going to say, you mean you got two of them?
Well, we got some materials for our dining room from
nice.
Ansley Lumber, and it worked out great.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a little story about that. It's this, I can't remember what it's called, but the boards kind of hooked together. They kind of are grooved.
Did you get flooring?
No, it was for the wall.
Oh, for the wall.
Yeah. And it was great. And we've had one piece that I can't remember what was wrong with it. There was something not quite right about it. And I just slipped back down to Ansley, and Heidi and Ryan replaced it, no questions asked, and took care of us. That's what you get when you shop in your county, your hometown,
you
know, with people you know. And they just said, nope, that's right. That's got a flaw in it. Here's a replacement for you. and it was no problem. And the wall looks great. Same color as my T-shirt or my sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of we painted it kind of the same color as the sweatshirt.
Well, good.
In honor of that. Well, actually, my wife picked out the color. But anyway, they have lots of things there at Ansley Lumber that can make your life better. You know what I'm saying? Not just cosmetically, but structurally. If you want to maybe fix up the basement a little bit, maybe put a spare bedroom in the basement, all the way to building a brand new house.
Yeah.
They can help you plan all of that, help you put together the materials, help you get the paints lined up, and they have a great selection of paints or wall surfacing that you might consider putting in that project. And Heidi and Ryan and the stud himself, Tim, will help you with that.
Good.
And he is a stud. Don't forget about their insulation machine that will blow in insulation. They encourage you to, take a look at those spots where you're, well, for heaven's sakes, if you're freezing pipes in a wall, you might need some insulation, and they could maybe help solve that problem. Or if you're cold all the time upstairs, there could be heat going up through, the roof, right?
There you go.
Well, they've got the material, the insulation, and the machine to put it in, and they'll get you set up for that. That's a blown-in insulation machine, by the way.
Yeah.
I like that son of a preacher man thing. And moving on through this, I'd like to mention, too, that it's a little too cold to put shingles on right now, but this spring, if you have some damage, they have the shingles that you'll need to replace those ones that have been damaged. They have Benjamin Moore paint with over 3,500 colors. And as I mentioned, they even offer whole new home building packages that you can talk to them about. Get up appointment set up. Their number is 935-1815, or stop by Ansley Lumber and Supply, locally owned and operated in downtown Ansley, America. Open Monday through Friday, 8 until 5:30, and Saturday, 8 until noon.
All right. Here's a job opportunity for you through the Village of Myrna. The Village Board is now hiring a part-time position of village clerk with flexible hours. Clerk responsibilities would include meter reading, billing, recording payments, monthly, quarterly, and yearly reports, including budget and audit. Again, this is for the Village of Myrna. Other responsibilities include the procedural aspects of council meetings, preparing the agenda, and handling and maintaining all official correspondence and records for village meetings. A strong understanding of QuickBooks and other computer applications is required. Wages will depend on experience. To find out more, you can call the Myrna Village office at 643-2281, or you can contact Kelly at 308-880-0250 to obtain an application. Applications can be accepted until the position is filled, and you can drop off your application in the drop box that you'll find at the community building in Myrna.
Thank you, Brent.
You're welcome, Dave.
Now, we're talking about, putting a sweatshirt in the washer and then hanging it up to dry. That works. You can do that yourself.
You can.
But there's some garments that you cannot put in the washer, or if you do, they never look the same. Or if you really want your shirt to snap out, to have that snappy look, that pressed look, that sharp look, well, then you need to get it dry cleaned.
Yeah.
Maybe put a little starch in it.
Not just clothes, but things like bedspreads or something.
Yeah.
Get those dry cleaned.
Your shawl that you wear at night when you watch TV, you could get that dry cleaned because you don't want to ruin that.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that at the Cleaning Shack right here in Broken Bow to help you with your dry cleaning, located inside the Quilting Shack on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow, Nebraska. The drop-off deadline is Wednesday by 11:30 to have it back the following Wednesday by 3 p.m.
All right.
So that's available to you. And then, of course, the Quilting Shack, they have a great variety of projects and material available for you to take part in and enjoy. And don't forget, they can quilt your completed quilts for you with their machine. They have a big old machine in there. It's high-tech. And you can stop in and talk to Susie and the girls how they can help you with the project from beginner to advanced. They will give you the advice and get you started. And I think a lot of people that get started at it, it's something they do forever. It's an enjoyable thing to do, to create quilts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday when I retire, I'll become a quilt maker.
Hey, there you go.
And I'll ask Susie, can you help me become a quilt maker? And Susie will say, you darn right I can, Dave Burney.
Yeah. She'll say, you need all the help you can get. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
See,
that's kind of what we were talking about earlier. Shouldn't have said that.
Well, they're open at the Quilting Shack and Cleaning Shack Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 until 5:30, and Saturdays 11 to 4.
Hey, if you're struggling with hearing, make sure you contact Roxanne at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center, board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience right here in Custer County and Broken Bow. Offering some great things right now like free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, and even extended discounts for just buying local. And Roxanne says that she will meet any pricing quoted from other offices in the state of Nebraska. So there's no need to go out of town, folks. Contact Roxanne today. Set up your appointment by calling 308-384-3852, 308-384-3852, located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building, downtown Broken Bow.
Thank you, Brent. Good morning, Peg. It says here, Millie Winkler says it's snowing out.
Is it?
In our chat box.
It goes right back to what I said. I haven't looked outside.
You could have when you went to get your own cup of coffee.
Well.
City of Broken Bow is accepting applications for a position of deputy clerk. The deputy clerk assists the city clerk with the operation of the city office. Now, if you would like to be considered as a candidate, you must possess strong written, verbal, organizational skills and ability to maintain confidentiality on sensitive information. The minimum qualifications include associate degree in related field preferred or 2 years related work experience. Previous experience in an office environment would certainly help, and also it would also help if you're very comfortable with the Microsoft Office Suite software. Wage will be negotiated based on qualifications and experience. The City of Broken Bow is an equal opportunity employer. Applications will be accepted until the position is filled. Please submit your resume, complete application, and 3 references to Deputy Clerk Search. Attention, Clerk Candy Peters, Post Office Box 504, Broken Bow, Nebraska 68822. You can also submit electronically at kpeters@cityofbrokenbow.org. For questions, you can also call Candy with a K at 308-872-5831. That's Candy with a K, 872-5831. This listing is on our jobs webpage, too, because that's a lot of information to obtain at this point in time on the radio.
Yes. Well said. Thank you.
My pleasure, good friend and brother.
Hey, a Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, ready to tackle all of your insurance needs and questions. They just added another farm casualty ag commercial company that is very competitive in our area. They'd love to talk to you about it. Also, if you haven't done this already, coming into the new year is always a good time to do an insurance review. They can do that with you at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Have a new experienced crop agent, Tracy Hasselbrook, and currently working with rain and hail and NAU coverage for 2022. And we all know this. Life insurance, whether you want to talk about it or not, it's extremely important. And they would love to visit with you about it at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency about the different policies that they offer. So set up an appointment with Chip and Liana today. They're located in the Callaway office at 836-2201. They have offices all across the state now, and they do have an office right here in Broken Bow. Tim Troxel has joined the group, and Tim kind of runs their Broken Bow office. Just look for that big red awning. You can't miss it.
It's big.
In downtown Broken Bow. That's where Tim's located. You can reach out to him at 872-6996. That's Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency.
Just remember that when it comes to insurance, Chip is hip.
Yes.
And, by the way, did you see Liana's picture on the front of the Callaway paper?
I don't think I did.
What a wonderful. She is hotter than a plate of lasagna, that lasagna. That lasagna is hot, but not as hot as Liana. Can I get sued for that?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope not.
It was a great picture. She
Yes.
looked really nice.
Good.
And of course, Chip is so hip. Let's move along
Okay, let's
before
do
the
it.
lawyers start calling. Is that politically correct anymore? Can you say someone's hot?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yep. See, you're going on that island again,
I
aren't
am
you?
kind of, yes.
It used to be okay to say, you look beautiful today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that can be interpreted differently. You could be you don't hear this very often anymore, but you could be a chauvinist pig.
Well, I mean, we go back a few years. Brent Musburger, the sportscaster, very well known, was doing a college football game and kind of singled out a person in the stands and talked about how attractive they were. And he kind of got in trouble for it.
Was it a man or a woman?
It was a lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got in trouble for that.
I think so. Yeah.
I
mean, some people
didn't like it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, just as a disclaimer,
Okay.
you know that Liana worked here at the station, and we're pretty good friends.
I know.
I probably wouldn't do that to somebody I didn't know.
Right.
But maybe you can't even do that anymore. Maybe you got to be, I wanted to tell Jody when she was here, the new administrator at off Broadway, she had wonderful posture.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, she one of those people that they sit down that she just sit up so straight and sit just, statuesque. Just great posture. Now, can you tell somebody? I didn't tell her. I didn't say, Jody, you have great posture. I thought I didn't want to embarrass her. But would that be wrong to say?
I don't anymore. I don't know.
I mean, look at us. We're slumped over, kind of hanging out in our chairs, kind of look like a couple of fuzzballs here. And then somebody walks in and they have this great posture. They have their shoulders back and they're sitting straight and true. Was there anything wrong with telling them that they have great posture?
I wouldn't think so, but I don't know.
Would it be a problem if I told Jeremy that I think he'd look great in a man bun? Are these things you can't do anymore?
These are good questions. I have no idea. I don't know the answer.
But it was okay for you to insinuate that I was being selfish and abusive in my home because I had hogged both
Now, wait a minute.
Ansley Lumber sweatshirts.
I insinuated nothing. I was just trying to clarify the truth. That's all I was doing, because you said that the folks at Ansley Lumber gave 2 sweatshirts to you. One to you and one that was to be given to your wife. And you just said, right here live on the Breakfast Show, we can go back and run the tape. You said, I just took them both. I kept them both because I like to be able to wear one while the other one is washing. And so I just asked the question, well, does Joan even know that one of those sweatshirts was intended for her? That's all I asked.
Well,
again, asking a question to clarify the truth. That's all I did. I insinuated nothing.
No, you didn't insinuate at all. You might as well just come out and call me an ogre.
No, I didn't. I just asked.
A sweatshirt ogre. That's what you said.
So you were given 2 sweatshirts. One was intended for Joan. One was intended for you, and you kept them both for yourself. True or false?
Power Solutions. I'd like to talk a little bit about Power Solutions. And I just want to say, if this is okay, that I have the greatest appreciation and respect for mechanics.
Oh, I do too.
Because
I'm not one.
It's hard work. You got to bend over and places and get under things and scuff your knuckles and get a light up in there. And
and every vehicle's different.
Yeah, and all this technology and everything. And not to mention just regular things, but diesels.
Oh, yeah.
Diesel mechanics. Now, if you have that gift, Power Solutions is looking for you. They are looking for a diesel service technician to join their team. They're a diesel repair shop, and as a technician, you'll be inspecting, doing diagnostic analysis, troubleshooting, servicing, and repairing of semis, heavy-duty trucks, and related equipment. They will talk to you about relocation assistance. A bonus might be offered with a hire, and they offer competitive wages and benefits. If you're interested in applying for this position, contact Michael at 308-872-5522 or send your resume to office.powersolutions@gmail.com. And again, this is also on the Sandhills Express jobs page if this sparked your interest. They're also looking for a service parts manager at Power Solutions in Broken Bow out on East Highway 2 to join their team. They are a diesel repair shop and Vermeer dealer, and as a service parts manager, some of the duties would be ordering parts, checking on incoming parts deliveries, and prepare returns, organize parts, inventory, relocation assistance, and hiring bonus will be considered and offered. If you fit the bill, then they offer those good wages and benefits. Again, get a hold of Michael at 872-5522 or send your resume to office.powersolutions@gmail.com.
All right. One last thing. Prairie Grounds Cafe and Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. Every time you go into a new month, they always have some featured drinks. And kind of wrapping up the month of January now, but if you want to take advantage of the featured drinks for the month, here they are for January, featuring the Jack Frost Cocoa, mixture of cream de mint and hot cocoa. The Winter Fog, a mixture of peppermint tea, vanilla syrup, and steamed milk. The Pumpkin Pie Dirty Chai, spice chai, pumpkin pie syrup, and a shot of espresso. Also, the Polar Express Frappe, cherry syrup, white mocha sauce, a mixture there. And then the Honey Toasted Latte, mixture of honey and toasted marshmallow. The featured drinks for the month of January. Check them out at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow, just east of the courthouse, right there off Highway 2. Open at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. Open up at 8 a.m. on Saturdays. Make sure you follow them on Facebook. That's where they keep you up to date with everything going on at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts.
Thank you, my co-host, neighbor, good friend, and brother. Hi again, Mom.
Brother.
I'd like to thank our guests this morning.
Yeah, we had great guest list, as we always do.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for coming in.
Logan, Arrow Seed, Big Iron Auction Company, Mark Stock, Suzanne and Jody with Off-Broadway Assisted Living, Chaz with Sandhills,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and Jeff Denson
There
with
you
Team
go.
Physical Therapy.
Yep.
They're all good people.
Mm-hmm.
That's a song, you know. There's a song with "In All Good People." Can't remember the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm no help. I'm not familiar with the tune. But exciting news from Jeff Denson. I just think that's great. If you missed it, Broken Bow has been selected to host the 2022 American Legion Seniors Class B tournament later this summer. And with the hosting of that means your team will play in the tournament regardless. So looking forward to that. That'll be great coming up later in the summer.
And we've already discussed with Mr. Denson about their strategy coming into the area tournament, and they're not going to rely on the fact that they're going to be able to play in the state tournament. They want to win the area tournament, so they're going all out, no changes whatsoever. They'll have their pitching rotation intact. They'll be practicing hard and getting ready to win the area tournament, and then come in with momentum.
There you go.
And playing in their own tournament they're hosting. And it's been, what do you say, since 1985 that we had the state tournament on for the seniors here.
I think that's what he said. Yeah. Oh, your phone's ringing.
Yeah.
You need to take that?
I can't take that.
Okay.
But I will call it back because I have a gadget on there that says recent calls, and then you can go back and call them back.
Yeah, that's good. Good to have.
It's nice.
Maybe they'll leave you a message.
Oh, I hope not, because I'm not sure I know how to get to that.
You still don't know how to access your messages? Okay, are you one of those guys or one of those people that has the phone when someone calls you and you don't answer, so the person calling wants to leave a message, and then you get the announcement, the caller that you're calling has a message box that is full.
Actually, I do know how to do it.
Okay.
And you can leave messages, but I don't ever check it.
You never check your messages?
Not very often.
Really?
No.
Okay.
And so now
that's actually good to know.
I'll check it now because I know that somebody called and I missed it. But if it happens, like if I'm working out and lifting weights and the phone is in the other room, I'll never know they called unless I look at recent.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's give away a $25 gift card to Geared for Sports in honor of our Love Local giveaway. Now, you should know, good neighbor.
Yes, friend.
You can save 30%. You can save 30% off winter apparel like hoodies, sweatpants, stocking hats, gloves, and more. If it's winter clothing, it's on clearance.
Ooh.
Better stop by.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of winter left. Stay warm with savings at Geared for Sports through February 5th. And by the way, they are a Chamber Love Local participant as well. So be listening and watching for details on how you can save some more money for the Chamber of Commerce's Love Local promotion. I talked to Steph the other day, and they're getting that revved up. And she's coming out here on the show here in the near future. She said she was, they must have left a message. Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow, Nebraska.
All right.
So, we're going to take, which caller would you like to take, good neighbor?
Well, we've been taking 3 a lot lately. Let's just do number 2.
Second caller at 872-2801. Second caller, get in on the second call and win yourself a $25 gift card to Geared for Sports.
At Golden Harvest, our best skill is knowing how to listen. From our Gold Series soybean and game-changing corn portfolios to our expert insights housed in the Illuminate digital agronomy platform, everything we offer is an answer to what we've heard from you. This is how we listen.
Copyright 2021 Syngenta. The trademarks or service marks used herein are the property of a Syngenta Group company. All other trademarks are the property of their respective owners.
When you choose the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, you're choosing exceptional weed control. It controls more weeds than any other soybean system and offers up to 14 days of soil activity on certain small-seeded broadleaf weeds. Plus, you get triple tolerance to dicamba, glyphosate, and glufosinate when used with Extend Flex soybeans. The Roundup Ready Extend crop system, the system of choice.
Claims are based on approved EPA herbicide labels as of January 2021. Pair with a strong weed management program. Always follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and all other stewardship practices. I choose the Roundup Ready Extend crop system because I know they've got my back. Their Spray Early Weed Control Guarantee helps me get the most out of early season applications. If I experience less than commercially acceptable performance, I'm eligible for up to $18 per acre on additional applications. That's a system I can depend on. The Roundup Ready Extend crop system. See program details at sprayearlyguarantee.com.
Guarantee is subject to program restrictions. Always follow pesticide label directions.
10 minutes before the hour, congratulations to Helen. Helen was our second caller, and she has won herself a gift card, and she's going to come out here and pick it up.
Good. Congratulations. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, Helen. Appreciate it very much. And she was very happy about it.
Yeah. Oh, you're calling out.
Not sure. We'll see.
I love when you do this because I never know who you're calling.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Joan.
Oh.
Hi, Dave.
I just want you to know you're on the breakfast show live.
I'm thrilled. Okay.
All right. Hey, can I ask you a couple questions real quick?
Yes.
First of all, do you think you can? Is it not correct anymore to say somebody's beautiful or attractive or they have good posture or what do you think?
good posture probably would be a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
The other might depend on the circumstances.
Good answer.
Circumstances? I don't get it.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Something tells me Joan has done this a lot over the years that you guys have been married, and that's explaining things to Dave.
Yes, I get my lessons at night. Joan.
Dave.
Would you clarify? I don't remember the scenario, but you know the wonderful Ansley Lumber sweatshirts, hooded sweatshirts that we received from Heidi and Brian when we were redoing the dining room.
Yes.
We got 2 of them.
Yes.
Now, I have kind of forgotten why I ended up with both of them. You know, my good neighbor, friend, co-host, and brother is, he's indicating that I just stole the other one from you, but I don't really remember what happened.
Well, I was with you when we got the hoodies.
Now, see, I didn't know this.
Well, I think Dave might have forgotten that, but we were together. At first, I declined to take one, and then I did accept the gift.
Mm-hmm.
And because I am never really that chilly that I want to wear a sweatshirt all the time,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was a compromise that Dave could utilize both.
I see. Okay. So you did know about the sweatshirt. It's not like Dave kept that from you and then just kept both of them for himself.
No, I did know about it, and
okay.
if I hadn't known, I would have realized there were 2
Yeah.
to launder at some point and been, where'd the other one come from? But I did know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of take back what I said, Dave. I didn't know that.
I don't think
thought
you need to apologize, Brett.
Oh, okay.
Well,
thanks,
why
Joe.
not?
Because I don't think it was done in malice.
No.
With a mallet?
A mallet of the voice, yeah.
Again, we do want to remind you that Nebraska Land Hearing Center is there to help you with all of your hearing needs.
Trust me, we need to visit.
Well, I wanted to conclude with this particular fact on the radio show today, Joan, and I'd like you to stay on the line. This kind of goes back to what we're just talking about, you know, communication amongst adults and couples. And maybe, you know, here we go. This is a survey that I have information on. Is it
a legitimate survey, or did you make it up?
No. This is a survey I have right in front of me.
I love surveys.
Is it cheating if you hide your finances from your partner? ?
I would say yes.
Okay, hold on. Don't jump the gun here. A new survey finds close to a third admit to spending more than their partner would be okay with. Just under 10% admit to having a secret credit card. Young adults, 61%, and millennials, 48%, are more likely to keep their finances secret versus Gen Xers at 28% and baby boomers at 19%. Do you have a secret credit card that I don't know about?
I do not.
Do you keep finances from me that I don't know about?
Yeah, I try to hoard all the money I can to buy fishing supplies.
Oh, God.
Well.
Oh.
Gee, Joan, tell us more.
That might have to be another show.
Ouch.
Well, you walked right into that one, Bernie.
Well, Joan, we got to go. Show's over. Talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Wow.